What's up everyone, my name is Alyssa Sincata and today we're going to deconstruct these creative portraits and how I got the shot using three lights, the Westcott FJ400, the Westcott FJ200, and the Westcott FJ80. All right, so when it comes to creative portraits and beauty portraits in studio, what I would typically do on any other kind of photo shoot, I would go through an entire pre-production process where I'm planning out almost every single detail in a mood board. So the hair and makeup, the wardrobe, the background, the scene, the overall concept. For this shoot specifically, I knew I wanted to do something monochromatic with green on green. That's kind of it. That's where I started this whole process. And I also knew I wanted to work with Violet, our model. So I booked Violet and it was the day of the shoot and I had purchased probably 3 or 4 different green style outfits for this. So I had her try a few of them on, and once we picked the dress we wanted, it built from there. So this is not a typical style photo shoot for me where I don't have anything planned ahead of time. I also didn't know going into it what kind of lighting I wanted to do. So it was a very collaborative effort between myself, Brandy, our hair and makeup artist, and Violet. So Violet she's got a really unique look. She pulls off this mod vintage look really well. But the look of the image that I wanted to create was a little bit something more like fantasy, a little bit more current age, not so in the past mod decade style. So I told Brandy, which thank God, please pro tip, if you have the opportunity, find a hair and makeup artist who understands the words you're trying to say and not the words that necessarily come out when you talk. Brandy is my interpreter. So I told her I wanted a modern mod look for Violet's makeup. And what I did not want to do is create a look with hair and makeup that overpowered the scene and the setting that I was trying to create in the image. So after hair and makeup was done, I took Violet out into the shooting area. I had her sitting on apple crates and I wanted to get my scene dialed in. So my background that I was using is from Intuition. It's their fabric material and the name of this backdrop is Noel Mirabella. Truly one of my all-time favorite backdrops. I mean, the color, that green color is so rich and it photographs amazing on anybody's skin tone. You're creating your look of your image using artificial lighting. So, I mean, obviously, unless you're using natural light, then you would be using natural light. But for an instance like this, you're creating the look and feel of your images 100% with the lighting. In order to get your scene set right, you want to start at 1/200th of a second. That's your sync speed for your strobes. Okay, so then after that, I like to do this in an additive nature where I start with nothing and I add 1 light, add 2 lights, add 3 lights. So you're building to create something more impactful. First light I wanted to get dialed in was the main light. For that light, I chose the Westcott FJ400 and I put the Rapid Box Switch Octa-M as the softbox on that. I made sure that light was really, really close to her face because the closer the light is to your subject, the softer it's gonna be. If you have a light that's being thrown from way far away, that's gonna be super, super harsh light, the closer it is, the softer light you have. Step 2 is adding the second light. So I knew I wanted an edge light here. So with light number 2, I used the Westcott FJ200 and just the little reflector that comes with it. No other modifiers for that one. And I think I had the power down to like power 1 on this. I just wanted something really, really soft that shaped the edge of her body and separated her from the background. So what I needed to do here is add a pop of light onto the backdrop to really enhance that backdrop and create a natural vignette. So I added something small. I added the Westcott FJ80 here with a grid on it because I wanted that light to be very controlled and very subtle in the background. I just wanted to create a nice natural vignette using light instead of adding something like that in post-production. As far as triggers go, having the ability when it's just you on set and you don't have an assistant, having the ability to sit there and you control every single light just by putting it into a different group. So you want to be on channel 2, whatever, channel 1, channel 2, whatever you want to do. I typically always go to channel 2, not really sure why, preference. So I go to channel 2 and then my main light is on group A, my second light group B, and then the background light was on group C. And I'm just changing in the trigger, I'm changing my power without having to move at all. Stuff like that is truly priceless when you're trying to get in the flow of things and get dialed in. You don't want to lose all that time having to run back and forth to your lights. If you're getting into conceptual photography or you just want to play around with some stylized portraits in your studio, If I could give you any piece of advice, it would be this. Go to your local hobby store, go to Amazon, go to Walmart, whatever, and just stock up on a bunch of fake flowers, fake decor, stuff that you would use around your house. This stuff comes in handy on photo shoots when you don't even realize you need it. So they're little pieces, little tiny elements that just add such a different vibe to your images. So for this one specifically, this shoot, I had all this greenery. We had put together a concept for a shoot probably 4 or 5 years ago, where we wanted to have a bunch of moss and like sticks and earthy things, and we bought all the stuff, and the shoot never actually happened. So I had this box of perfectly toned green items sitting in the basement. So I ran and I grabbed those, and I wrapped her in a bunch of them. I wanted her to feel almost like Poison Ivy, that character. And she embodied it perfectly. So the beauty of lighting is once you get it dialed in studio, you don't have to change anything. When it comes to studio portrait work, creative concepts, anything like this, the best thing you can do is just get out there and experiment. Grab a friend, grab a mannequin, do what you gotta do to figure out your lighting. To limit yourself to just working with natural light, I mean, you are just doing yourself such a disservice here. Get out there, play. There is no harm in having a day where you just experiment with light. And who knows, maybe you create something magical out of it.